Placencia!
Yo, Kylan, why is there nothing to do in Placencia, man?
Bro. Placencia is just a bunch of old people, man. Where are the hot, young guys and girls over here?
The sexy ones, you know what I mean?
Boring, expensive, bunch of old people and nothing to do. These are the adjectives frequently used to describe Placencia. But is this really the case? Stick around in this video and we'll find out.
Placencia is a peninsula in the Stan Creek district.
It has a population of approximately 6,000 people, and the Placencia Peninsula itself is about 16 miles long. As for the width, it's pretty narrow. It can be anywhere from quarter of a mile to maybe a mile long, at with the widest part being at the point of Placencia.
Because it's a peninsula, there's the best of both worlds. You have access to the water and access to the mainland. Activities in the water include things like scuba diving, swimming with whale sharks, snorkeling. You could go shooting lionfish. We just had a lionfish derby over the weekend. My favorite things to do are always water activities. I recently got PADI certified at Splash Dive Center just a month ago. We took one of these boats out. I had to do 2 days of diving. So we went out to Laughing Bird Key and Silk Key. And these are tiny little islands in the middle of nowhere in the water. It was so gorgeous, like driving out there, because you are on this tiny boat and you can see this full 360 view of just completely just nothing but blue skies. You could see rain coming from down like a mile away, and you can just like swim around it. It's one of those things that's an experience. You have to come down here and see it for yourself. When we went out scuba diving, I saw my first shark. I saw my first lionfish. I hear that you could book tours where you could go scuba diving and shoot lionfish. They recently had a lionfish derby where the ones with the most catch won a prize. The one who had the biggest won a prize. There were junior divers who won a prize. The smallest catch won a prize. There's a lot of different things to do in this area that's tied to the water, conservationism, and just enjoying the environment and the ecology of the environment.
My favorite thing to do is to go island hopping to Mohoki, Reiki, Harvest Key, Little Harvest Key, so many islands. They're beautiful, white sand, crystal clear water, amazing. And then as for mainland activities, we can visit the Mayan ruins, go horseback riding.
There's the chocolate factory. There's you can see the rum being made.
Zip lining, cave tubing,
Waterfall rappelling.
So the thing is, when you visit places like San Pedro or Kikoker, you first either have to take the boat or the plane to the mainland, then you have to take the car and drive for quite a few hours to do one of these activities. Versus Placencia, you don't have to take a boat or plane anywhere. You just jump in your car and you're able to start your activities immediately.
That's true. So come to Placencia, see if it's your vibe, and maybe purchase a piece of property from us. You might see us hanging around.
So, is Placencia boring? I'd say the answer is no, but let me know what you think. Is Placencia expensive? Well, unfortunately for me, I've learned that I have expensive taste and I can't yet afford it. So in terms of what I enjoy doing, yes, Placencia is expensive because my favorite thing to do is to visit your local coffee shops. Currently, I'm at Beaches and Cream. I just got my dirty chai. Delicious, cost 12 Belize dollars or $6 US. Other activities that I enjoy doing here in Placencia, which for the most part I cannot do in other parts of Belize, is playing pickleball, joining the gym at Serenian Bay. We also have mini golf. Naya Resort has aerial yoga, which is amazing. I don't know any other parts of Belize that offer aerial yoga. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments. They also have a bowling alley, so if you want to try something different with your friends, then you just show up to the bowling alley. They serve food, drinks, and yeah, you can compete with each other. And then I enjoy going to the really nice restaurants because for me, I'm not just paying for food, I'm paying for the ambience that I want to be in. I want to try the specially curated cocktails, which you can't get anywhere else, something other than your normal pina colada or mojito. I want to try pina colada with a twist. So for special drinks like that, I go to places like Rumfish or Itana, just a few of my favorite places here. And of course, you can't forget Umaya. I personally love the resorts that cost anywhere from $400 US and up.
So is Placencia affordable? Well, it depends on what you like to do. For example, the first time I visited here, Giselle used to take me to all the bougie places. I quickly realized that with the totals that I was spending there, it'd be better if I invested it in a cooler and a Yeti. Now I can carry around groceries or beverages wherever I go. I also prefer seeking out locally owned places, mom and pop shops where you could order food and stuff right out someone's window. Or I'd prefer buying freshly squeezed juice on the side of the road. Because they are mom and pop and they're not really on Google Maps, so the only way you can find out about them is through word of mouth. So the way you learn about these things is by just going out, finding the activities that you enjoy doing, creating a community among those people there, finding friends who will point you in the right direction, but you gotta like put yourself out there, talk about the things you like, and someone is going to tell you. So it just depends on what you're interested in, who you want to support, and the type of things you like to do. So is Placencia affordable? Well, it's up to you. Placencia is a melting pot of cultures and ethnicities. If you're in the area, be sure to keep your ear to the ground and see if there's any type of drumming by the Garifuna being performed. Be sure to check it out. There's also a big expat community here, so you can see if there's anyone from your country living in Placencia. Hey, maybe you'll be invited to a dinner party. If you're in the area, you're already in the Stand Creek district. There is Hopkins nearby and Langriga nearby, both within an hour-and-a-half drive. Be sure to check out the yearly Mango Festival in Hopkins, and November 19th is Garifuna Cultural Landed here in Belize. Every year they have a reenactment where the Garifuna come paddling into the Stand Creek River in dugout canoes. There's always drumming playing, and there's a big parade through the streets. Yeah, there's a lot to say about November 19th. It's too big to fit into one video. You guys will have to come down and check it out. So be sure to come to Stand Creek and Placencia, Hopkins, and Langriga.
Interestingly, what is more affordable in Placencia instead of the islands is real estate. I know. Considering the fact that Placencia is the most luxurious place in the country, it's kind of contradictory, right? But let me tell you why. When you're building on Kikaker or San Pedro, especially Kikaker actually, most of the land is undeveloped. So you have to prepare the land. And the thing is, we don't have enough materials on the island. So a lot of the materials need to be barged from the mainland to Kikaker. So that already increases the prices significantly. And then now it's time to build. So you need something like a crane to put in the piles, right? That means we also need to barge in the crane, which is very expensive. And then we need to transport this equipment, transport this material. And then if you're looking for labor, you probably need to bring in people from the mainland and you need to provide accommodation. You know, labor is very limited on the island. Or you can work with the people that are on the island themselves, but a lot of times they're overextended with different projects. So building on the islands can become very expensive. And also, for example, the Mennonite homes. These are prefab homes that are very affordable if you are living on the mainland. But let's say you want to transport a prefab Mennonite home to Kikaker. It's a challenge because first you have to transport it to the barge location. Then you have to pay the barge fee to transport it to Kikaker. And then you have to make sure that your property either has road access so the truck can drive the Mennonite home to your piece of land, or you have to make sure that there's a barge landing where the barge can drop off your Mennonite home. And then you need to have that labor force and the equipment that can take that house off of the barge. Now, when we're talking about Placencia is the mainland. So if you're buying a prefab home, all they need to do is drive it down the highway and take it to your property. Easy peasy. You need building equipment, it's no problem. You can get a crane right down the street. Completely different scenario. You need materials, you just drive your car to the nearest hardware store and you can get everything you need. Or if you really need items that you can't find in Placencia, then you drive to Belize City and you pick up the items and then you just drive it down. Yeah, at the end of the day, Placencia just ends up being a lot more affordable when it comes to real estate.
So what's it like to live like a local? Well, first you gotta ask yourself, what do you like to do? For example, Giselle likes to.
Well, for sure, my favorite activity is to grab coffee in the morning. That's the first thing I do. And the good thing is they have a lot of little local coffee shops here on the island.
Me, I more get up in the afternoon. I'm usually from 2 until 2.
2 until 2.
2 until 2, yeah. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to go into all the details on these things. We're trying to keep these monetized. We might end up having a separate thing on our Patreon. First, you gotta figure out what you like to do. Then the thing about Placencia is because it's such a small community, you end up running into the same faces over and over. For example, I like to hit up Barefoot Beach Bar on Wednesday nights to watch my boy Kyle and Ely perform. He also performs on Friday nights at the Bohemian, and both of them have different vibes. I'll pop into one or the other and see kind of if it matches how I'm feeling for the evening. I also prefer local food vendors and local cuisine. So I'll always try and pick like places that sell you food like out of their house or out of like a little cabin or something like that. So for example, I found this by accident, this place that sells really good fried jack, and I'm craving some right now. I'll probably stop by and get some. And for example, Giselle says she loves coffee, so we've been trying to find locally sourced coffee in the area. And then for the 12 to 2 people, when I say 12 to 2, I mean 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. There's this place called One Love, and we have a lot of funny stories about this one place. So we'll probably have those linked in our Patreon.
So, is Placencia boring?
Hell no! There's always something to do, even if it's nothing.
Is Placencia expensive?
Well, it kind of depends on what you're into.
Are there only old people in Placencia?
No, there's not. There's people from every walk of life, every ethnicity, every country, and every age demographic. Come here and find out which friends are right for you.
What about the real estate market? What's that like in Placencia?
It's booming. Give us a call to find out.